What's up, guys? ALT Insider here, coming at you with a video in hot. Let me fix my camera at the perfect time to do that, right before the video starts. I was going to do a kind of playoff berth scenario situation here, what's going to happen this weekend with the games coming up, but I said, okay, this kind of topic got too hot for me, so I want to talk about it because something I'm really passionate about. We're talking about it on GSA Discord, and yeah, I just want to get my idea out there so that we can kind of, everyone can know what I'm talking about, and I can explain why I think it's a good idea. Of course, you might not agree. A lot of people already don't agree, and that's fine. But I just want to make sure that my thoughts are fully out there, and people can decide what they think, what they want. First thing I want to say is, obviously, I'm just a lowly commentator, right? Only thing I do is commentate for this tournament. I understand the players' emotions and feelings, and what they want to do is the most important thing. So, I want to make sure that's out there. What they want is the most important thing. So that's 100%. If they think this idea is stupid, then it's stupid. I mean, that doesn't matter. They have to be happy, or we're not going to do it. So, I just want to say that first. So, honestly, my idea for there's 2 weeks left in the season. The playoff spots are not 100% decided yet. Pretty close, but not 100% decided yet. And the playoff format is TBA right now. So, to be announced on the playoff format. So, I was talking to Discord, and they were saying, what are they going to do? It's going to be a bracket format and stuff. And I said, well, why don't we try this? I've something I heard about, and other leagues have done it in the past. Not professional leagues in America, but other leagues in other countries have done this. I want to do something that's known as a draft system for the playoffs. So what is that? Well, what that means is that the top seeded person would, before the playoffs start, get to choose their opponent. Now, there are a lot of ways you can do this. I advocate for he can choose anyone on the standings, 1 through, since we let in the top 8 of each division, that's 16 players. I advocate that they can choose any other of the 15 people under him or her, because I think that's the hypest way. There's some good points and bad parts about that. But first, let me say my ideal way. Then I'll talk about the options for people that have possible problems. So I think the top-seeded person could have a choice of who they play in the first round of the playoffs. They could choose from the 2nd seed all the way down to the 16th seed. Anyone they want, any criteria is up to them 100%. They have 100% of the power, okay? Then, after they make their decision, the highest-rated remaining player, so usually it would be the second-seeded person, would then get to choose their next opponent in whatever fashion they choose. Shoutouts to Clemson88 for the 520 bits there in the past. Also, I'm not covering anything up, as always. Little Curbs is a black screen. This is the hypest match of the match. This is the hypest match of the weekend, so if you haven't seen it, go watch it. So, as you can see, it will go on until everyone's been chosen, right? So, the first seed has first pick. Whoever's probably the second seed has the next pick. Third seed has the next pick. Now, why is this good, right? There are a lot of reasons it's good, but I try to put them in order. The first reason, the most important reason, is that it's extremely fair, and it puts extreme weight on the regular season performance, okay? So if you have the first place, you've earned that first berth, you have extreme power. You have the power to choose your first round opponent. You can do it however you please, right? Now, I know, obviously, the format wasn't decided. The playoff format wasn't decided when this league started, so the players weren't aware of how it's going to be. But imagine if we started the league with that caveat. That makes the race to first, I think, even more exciting than a bracket system, which is probably what's going to end up happening, I'm sure, as a bracket system. But bracket systems are they're everywhere. That's the normal thing, right? What's normal is a bracket system. This way is not the normal. It is a way that gives most power to the highest rated players. So you might say, well, that's unfair, right? What if the top-ranked player chooses the third-ranked player? Well, that's the penalty of not being the first-ranked player, right? I mean, it's an extremely fair way to reward the top-ranked players. Now, to be fair, I don't think anyone. I think what creates the hype of this system is the possibility of them making a crazy decision, right? How crazy would it be if like a IPK says, you know what? I don't want to mess around. I'm going to go with Little Curbs on round number 1, assuming that's how the seeds were allowed. That would be insane, right? That would be the hypest match of all time. And I know someone might say, well, if you get out a high-ranked player in the beginning, then what's going to be left? We have enough great players. There's going to be good players left no matter how this shakes out. I'm spitting all over myself here. As you see, I'm excited about this. What I didn't mention is my format, the draft format, also allows for a 15, 20-minute draft show that would be extremely hype itself to see what the players chose, And the players don't have to be there. You don't have to waste your time. You can give us give GSA a list of your selections in order, and we'll just, figure it out. Like, okay, so whoever's first, let's say Blue Chocobo comes up first. You would write down his first 5 choices, and we could, announce it for you. You don't have to be there. It wouldn't take any of your time. And that would be an awesome draft show. And then think about that. Now we got the conversations rolling. Wow, why did Little Curbs choose Dragon Feeney instead of the person that was the lowest ranked person at the time, which could be, I don't know, Oshikurosu, something like that. I'm just saying names here. Like, nice. This is quality video making. What I'm saying is this system creates a lot of drama that would not be there if we do the normal bracket system. Let me get a little more deeper into that. What makes this league, this season, what it is and how interesting it is how different it is. This is not your normal speedrun situation where you're running Mario 64, everyone's doing the same route, and whoever does best execution wins. This is not the situation here, and I think that's a big part of why this is special, right? This is a big part why I'm team keep the rules as well, with a few tweaks, of course. But what makes this league special is that it's different. I think what we need to do is double down on the strengths of this league, which is being unique and being new and being special. If we do a bracket system, that's fine, okay? No one would complain, right? 1 through 8 play each other, and that's it. Why not try to do something different? Why not try something that's never been done before in speedrunning to see how it goes, right? I'm not, of course, all the players have to agree on this. I'm saying like GSA just strong arm this in and then that's what we do. I'm saying if the players would allow it, we should try it, and see if it is hype as I expect it would be. If it's not, it's not, right? But in the end, it still would be, if you're going to win, you got to be good players no matter what. I'm spitting again. If you're going to win the tournament, the season, you got to win best players ever won. So to you, the player, I'm talking to you now, what does it matter if you face them in round 1 or round 2, right? You're going to have to beat them in the end anyway. And the only way you would have to beat a high-ranking person in the early rounds of the playoffs would be if someone goes off the board and chooses you early, which I think is a rare occurrence, but just the chance that might happen, it builds the hype for the viewers, right? Of course, I'm coming from the viewer side. I'm a lowly commentator that's also a viewer, right? So that's why I think that's the strength of this method is that it creates extra hype. It's something new, and we'll get some extra eyeballs on this, and it will make some extra drama, right? That's the thing is lacking in speedrunning. I've made videos and podcasts about it before. Is the lack of stories, right? It's just like, okay, well, pretend we're playing Mario 64 again. Hate to pick on that. Cheese is playing Punkay, and okay, well, Punkay has been doing better PBs for the last week, so we'll see who does better execution, and that's the end of the story. This, though, is not about that, right? We can add another layer of stories by who is choosing who, right? Of course, I imagine all this talk I'm saying, most people would go with the lowest average clear person, right? But imagine if someone doesn't, right? Imagine if someone says, well, Ryukar might say, I want to go for Oshikurosu because I think they're friends or something, And that would be pretty interesting. What if Ryukar loses because he made that choice, right? That's stories. That's storytelling that speedrunning needs, and this offers that opportunity to you, to this situation, right? I think it's obviously, listen, I'm going to like it no matter what. I think no one likes this league more than me. And if they do a bracket format, that's fine. Okay. It's going to be not a big deal. It's like I'm going to say, oh, I'm out of here. It's not going to be like that. I just think that's why I'm so passionate about it. We have a great opportunity here. Do something that's never been done before and see how it goes. Right. This thing is so unique and it's set up, right? It's not a normal speedrun tournament. It's not about do the same thing over. Everyone is doing different things. Everyone has different levels to beat in 15 minutes, and how they do that. Everyone has different ways to go about doing that, right? Why not continue that? Why not push it and see how? Let's try a playoff format that's never been done before in speedrunning and see how that goes, right? Now I understand some people. Let's get to the trepidations, right? Some people worried about stuff. Oshikurosu, the Beast, and Blue Chocobo have mentioned that they're kind of not on board with this. Let me get to a few of the things I saw on Discord. So the Beast is worried about, two things. He said he's been in other tournaments where the top seeds play each other in the first round. When they leave, it's just a massacre. I don't think that'll be the case here for a lot of reasons. First, to make two top seeds play each other, a top seed himself or herself would have to choose another top seed in the first round. A bold choice that would be, also a rare choice that would be, and there are enough other players in this league that have a chance to win that I think that would not be an issue here, right? There is no way, I will bet my life on it, I will bet my cat, let's sleep it over there on this, every first seed is not going to choose the second seed. That's just not going to happen. It would be mindless to do that, right? But one person might do it, and that would be fine. You know what I mean? We still have enough people left over to play awesome. Another word I saw, hey, money's on the line, right? So I got my spot here, but I have to play a top seed first. Okay. Again, like I said before, I already explained these, but I guess I'll explain again. To win, you have to beat a top seed at some point. So to you, what does it matter? There's no prize for a second round win, a third round win, or however far it goes. The prize money's in the end. right? So you have to be the top seed no matter what. What's it matter if it's in round 1 for you or not, right? And that, again, only happens if someone makes a crazy choice. Someone pops off, IPK says, you know what, I want to take on the beast right now, or something like that, if the seeding allowed, right? So just to recap, okay, I've already went 10 minutes. I was like, all right, I'm trying to wait 5 minutes, but yeah, that's not 5 minutes. So let me do a recap of why I think this is such a good idea, why this is such a good thing for this format. Number 1, it's unique and adds a lot of layers of excitement, hype, conversation. It adds a lot of storytelling to this thing. And I know you players, you guys don't care about storytelling probably, you know. Oshikurosu, though, I saw he cares about engagement. If you want more engagement, this would make more engagement. This would make, wow, look when all the chosen picks are made, we can talk about the matchups instead of saying, oh, here's 1 versus 8. You know? Now they can just, okay, well, why did IPK choose, let me choose another player here. Why did IPK choose Foxen? Let's try to talk about that. You know what I mean? Oh, Foxen is kind of, I'm just making numbers up here. I don't have the stats in front of me. Foxen is kind of volatile. He's got a 10 clear and a 2 clear, so maybe you might be thinking something there. Something like that, right? Just possibility. Foxen, I'm not hating on you. Love you. Love you, Foxen. But I'm saying like that kind of stories could happen, right? And that is the magic, right? That is where true, you know, sportum happens, right? That you know, and I know you're saying, like, I know players out there saying, like, well, you're just a commentator. Of course you want stories. I don't care about stories. I'm trying to win. I know that. But I think if we could do something special, there'd be more attention on it, more, you know, the chance of the thing to grow even bigger. You know what I mean? And that's what I want to show. Okay, number 2 reason is that it's still extremely fair. No one is getting screwed over here. Everything is still decided by the performance in the regular season. If anything, it makes the regular season more important because the first player has all the power. You know what I mean? And again, then let me get to that thing, right? That problem. I can make a compromise. Let's say, you know, the Beast was worried about the first seed choosing the second seed. Okay, that's fine. To get around that, we can make it so the first seed can only choose the second half of the standings, right? So the first ranked player can only choose from the 9th ranked person to the 16th ranked person. And I advocate for switched mixed divisions, by the way, in the playoffs. I want to see new people play each other. That's just my opinion there. I'm very flexible in that as well. But so yeah, we could do that to get around that problem, right? So the first rank, let's say whoever's first, Lil Curbs is number ranked player. He has to choose from the 9th to the 16th ranked player left in the playoffs, right? So that means there's no top matchups happening in the first round. And then after the first round, we do another draft, you know? And then every round we do another draft. And so that would get rid of that problem. I don't think that's as hype, personally, but if that would help the players get on board with this, I'm 100% on it. Any way I can do to make the draft thing happen, I will definitely bend my idea of what it is. It's not even my idea. It's something I've seen before. I would bend that to make it better and you're more accepting of it. Oh, shit. So that's, oh yeah, I thought my mic was cut out, but it wasn't. I was like, oh my God, talk 10 minutes, that's it. I got so much shit to do right now. But okay. That's it. That's increased engagement with the fans, increased excitement because it's something that's never been done before. It's still extremely fair, and it still would decide the best player from, you know, it adds another layer of strategy even to this, which I think is the strength of this tournament, is the layers of strategy that are there. Now we added another one. It would be so cool. And again, I know, guys, I know I'm just a commentator saying my opinion, but I know the players have to be on board with this. So if they're not on board, I'm willing to shelve it, right? But that is just my opinion out there. I recommend we do a draft format where the top seed chooses the first round opponent, then whoever's remaining, probably the second seed, chooses their opponent, and so on and so forth. And every round we do another draft until we get to the epic finals where no one can choose it because it'll be the top two people left. So that's what I advocate. What do you think, right? That's what I hear. What do you think? If you agree with me, let me know. Bother GSA about it so they can hopefully do it. If you don't agree with me, just don't say anything. Or no, I'm sure you're right in the comments of YouTube. So let me know what you think. And yeah, thanks for watching. And yeah, see you this weekend no matter what. I'm commentating like 6 matches then. So see you this weekend. A lot of cool stuff. And yeah, this league is awesome. I want to keep it awesome. I want to see what I can do to push it to the next level. So thanks for watching. See you guys. Stay hype.